Hello, it's me, and it's still in the midst of unboxing season. I've got this from Evgeny. Evgeny? Yeah, Evgeny. Anyway, he has great opportunities to get some really fantastic puzzles. What I like about him is he's an entrepreneur. He has a setup with 3D printers, and he's got a lot of access to making great puzzles for people like us. Anyway, let's get through the box. It's an unusual looking box. Aha! I think I found a way in. Alright, throw convention to the wind, just rip right through it. Because an Evgeny creation is worthwhile. Okay. So here's his card. Okay, living puzzles. Now, I don't remember what it was that I got, but I see two very robust looking puzzles. And let's see what we got. We'll start off with the smaller one here. Alright, who are you? Now, I might not remember all the names because they have very creative names with these puzzles. If I don't remember, I'll put it in the description. So, oh, okay. Now this one, I know what it is now. I've been really enjoying circle puzzles because they're really puzzles within puzzles. Alright, so here we have such a puzzle. So this is a circle puzzle, which I'm very excited about. Alright, so right off the bat, really enjoying this. The movement is great here. So how's this move? We've got, well, one, two, three non-circled sides, and they move independently. It's almost like one of those gem puzzles. And then we have these circle versions. Now is this a jumbler? Well, if I move this to here, I don't think I can move this past more. Alright, so if I move this here, this isn't quite lined up, but we're lined up enough over here so we can turn this like so. Alright, so we have the strange and weird anatomy of this to begin with. And now this can turn, so there is a certain degree of motion that can be continued. This moves here, this also moves here, and this moves here, but we don't move over here. Okay, so as I move it to here, so this is going to be an interesting one to discover. Alright, let's try maybe if I move it here, I can continue here. Okay, don't want to scramble it yet because I've not quite identified all the movements. But this is a really, really well done puzzle. It's got two great properties. It's got a circle, so it's a puzzle within a puzzle. And it also has a shape that jumbles and does really bizarre, creative, and somewhat scary things. Okay, yeah, so I can move it to here, and this can move like so. Alright, well, this will be a lot of fun to figure out. And what I try to do is correlate this with other puzzles to see what the structure is like. Okay, so this is a circle puzzle. Now we go into this guy here. What I like about the SLS printing that Evgeny provides is the fact that his puzzles are so playable. Alright, so what do we have? Well, so this is a different kind of a puzzle. It's not a circle puzzle, but it's something that has a degree of complexity. Now I want to say that this is a Spartacus puzzle of sorts. I may have that name wrong. I'll correct it later. But when I looked at it, it looked like it had such interesting complexity that it could be hours of enjoyment. Okay, so is this SLS printing or FDM? Yeah, this is SLS printing. Very smooth over here. So we're moving at this corner. At the center of the corner is a corner. Are we a face turner also? Oh, yeah, we're a deep turner. So this almost has a pedimings type quality to it. So this turns here. This turns here. And then these pieces turn. So we've got a deep cut, and we've got a superficial corner cut. The axis of turning for the deep cut is a face. So it's got a deep face cut, and it's got a more well, I don't want to call it superficial, but a corner cut over here. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of complexity here, a lot of complexity in this movement, but this is a very smooth moving, very well done puzzle. Now, let's make sure I didn't accidentally scramble it. Okay, good. What I'm wondering right off the bat, if this is like a Pentultimate kind of a puzzle. In other words, something a little bit like this, where I can see corners here and maybe centers. I don't know that that's exactly what it's like. That would mean, now see, the difference is that we're more superficial here, so it doesn't slice exactly in the center. Now maybe it does actually. Let me correlate it with this here. So that would be here, correlated with this 1 1. Yeah, so 1 1. This is definitely a Pentultimate type puzzle here. And when I get more courageous, I'll finish that algorithm. So this is a pure Pentultimate kind of a move that I did of exchanging these corners. The question is, what else is going to get exchanged, and what are the other attributes that allow me to move this over here? I'm basically slowly working my way through Evgeny's collection, and I got to find out what kind of a puzzle you are and what kind of an internal puzzle you are. And that way we can see where the sparks fly. Anyway, excellent set of puzzles. Very much looking forward to playing with these, solving these, discovering all of its attributes, and thanks for watching. Hello, it's me, and I got a box to unbox. So, well, not sure where it came from, but let's discover what new additions to the collection we've got. Aha! Okay, so this is something that became available to me, and I believe it's called the Christian's Cube or something like that. Anyway, so I'd always had my eye on it, and I finally found an opportunity or a reason to get it. So this is a creation from Oscar, and let's see what we got here. So we have a classic 2x2, pretty well done here. But the complexity of these pieces suggests that there is further types of movements, and I think maybe if I do like a half move here, maybe I can, aha, there it is. Okay, so that really intrigued me. So there's this edge turning that can happen right as I do a half turn. And all of Oscar's puzzles are really well done. So this is excellent. So I can make this kind of a turn and then bring it back. So you can see this can lead to a lot of different complexities to the motion here. Okay, so this is the Christian cube. I think that's what it's called, and it's a 2x2 with extra complexities of motions here. So I'm gonna take a look at this a little bit more, maybe scramble it and see what kind of reduction that we can do. But this can move over here, this can move over here, and I can continue to move things like so, and then move it past here. Wow. Okay, so let's see where I can take this. See if I get this back first. Good. Good. And good. Okay. I can tell these stickers here may be a little challenged in that they're really small. Alright, more on this later. Again, a creation from Oscar. Hello, it's me, and I've got another box from Ben. And before I showed the Master Rex Cube, it was more of a prototype, more of a showpiece, and you saw that the movement wasn't great, but I don't think it was known to be all that good. So I've got another one here from Ben, and let's see what it is. Okay, so yeah, as said, the movement was known to not be all that good, but I bought it anyway, in full knowledge of that. because I really like Ben's work, and I just kind of wanted that kind of a puzzle in the collection. But this is, I think, Ben at his best. Okay, this is interesting. Unexpected. What do we got? Sticker set. Okay, so this comes in a mass-produced box. It might be different than what I thought it is. This is kind of exciting. I guess I'm not sure exactly what this is. This is a sticker set, and this is a unassembled puzzle. This might be leftovers. This might be leftovers or other types of pieces. Anyway, let's see what this is. I don't think this is a mass-produced puzzle. I think maybe this is just the box that he put it in. But let's see. I see arrows pointing to here, so this is kind of exciting. Aha, okay. Now I see. Yes, no, this is not a mass-produced puzzle. These are probably just extra stickers here. Let's line this down here so you can see. Okay, so this is Ben at his best, and I assume the sticker set is exactly that, because there's so many little stickers that are here. So looking at the motion here, we have perfect copter movements here, and we've got copter movements here. So this is an edge turner. And let's see what this looks like. Now what's interesting is that this has tiny little Rex pieces here, if you notice. So it goes past the center, and it gives me little Rex pieces here. So if I do this, we have a Rex kind of a thing. So it appears to me that this is a kind of a Rapture copter of sorts. But more than just that, let's see what happens as I do usual edge turning moves, because they're jumbling puzzles. Okay, good. So there's the usual jumbling over here. Okay. Yeah, so basically this is a corner turner, or an edge turner rather. And because it's got these copter moves, I think that this shares a lot of homology with the another kind of a corner turner that has copter move, that has Rapture moves, which is this guy over here. This is the Curvy Copter 3, and with the Curvy Copter 3 it goes past the center, unlike the other Curvy Copters. It's got our edges and whatnot and our corners, and it's got these moves here as well. So my thinking is that this might have some equivalency with this. This is actually the Rapture copter. Not Rapture, but Rapture copter. So you can see we've got similar moves over here. We can go turn, 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 turn. So, whoops. It moves really, really easily. So you can see that we've got these copter moves here. Just the tiny ones over here. Okay, so how, in what way does this differ from this? You can see that it does look different. Let's go ahead and get this back here. This is the MF8 version. Neat little puzzle. It has all of the usual solves of a copter. But when studying this, in addition to what we have here, we've got these moves. We've got these pieces here. So let's see what this does, because what do these extra pieces add here? Well, let's see. 180-degree moves. Okay, so we've got this over here. This moves along this plane like so. Okay, I'm just saying if maybe I've unbandaged something here. No, that's not unbandaged. So right now it's about the same. Have I unbandaged anything else? Okay, doesn't look like it. But there must be something about these moves here that allow for slight difference. If I turn this up here, okay, this moves up over here. Oop. All right, so I'm activating these little Rapture areas here, but I seem to think maybe there's more to it. Yeah, so that turns here just as this turns here. Okay, so I'm going to want to discover exactly what it is. Yeah, so this is just like this over here. There must be something about these guys. So what if I move this up, just like I did here. I move this up to here. Okay, is there another type of movement that's now open to me? Nothing here. Okay, well, it's a really, really well-moving puzzle, but there's something very similar in terms of movement here, but as you can see, I've got some extra bits of noise over here, and I'm looking to see how that changes. What I can do. Oh, there it is. Aha! Okay, brilliant. So here's what's interesting. When I move this up here, I can't make any turns here. But now I've got a 90-degree turn available to me. I don't have any 90-degree moves beyond this. But when I move this up here, look at that. So I got these tiny little thin pieces here, which I think I got to be very careful of, hence the extra pieces, I think. And now I've got 90-degree movements open to me on all levels. Wow, okay. So yes, that's what you can do with this. These are 90-degree turns that are now open to me when they were not open before. I've not seen that on any type of curvy copter before. So it's unique as a curvy copter 3, but it's also very unique because it appears that these copter moves, these Rapture moves, I guess, this can occupy that space. So that gives me more rapturing that I can do. So now I've got an exchange with these pieces. So in addition to these guys here, I've increased my rapturing. So the Rapture cube, I just got to be careful because these look like very, very thin pieces. And I really don't like assembling and disassembling, but this sort of adds 90-degree turns. That's fascinating. What if well, I guess there's no reason to believe that I can't continue to do jumbling. If I say bring this into jumbled position, jumbling it in this position as well, and I don't want to force anything. Got to get my perspective about me here. Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, so there it is, the Rapture copter, and I'm going to have a lot of fun deciphering all of this. So I've got these, which are equivalent to these Rapture areas here, and I wonder if I can even move this up to here. Yeah. Now, was that available to me here if I go like this? No. No, actually, so there's even more moves that are available to me because I can move this just up to here, unlike here, and I can't do any movement with this at all. But now I can even move this to here as well. I can probably move this down here too. Oh yeah, okay. Wow, look at that. See if I can get my way back here. Yeah, so I've got much more motions. I mean, imagine taking these Raptors and just spreading them around like that. And these are 90 degrees. So these are all rapturable. So these are all various places. I can put a Rapture into here and into here. So I can do these little 30-degree turns. I can do 90-degree turns. I can go all the way up to here too, until I get my way back. Wow. So in addition to the jumbling, I can do all of that. So this is going to be a fascinating solve. So what a great way to do a theme and variation. Ben, awesome job. This is ready for prime time. This should be mass produced because this is fascinating, unless it's just really hard to get these kind of pieces. Anyway, thanks for the extra pieces. I've got a feeling I may need them. Once again, Ben, you are fantastic. Keep it up, and more on this later. Thanks for watching.